Namaste everyone, my name is Vaishali Shah and you're watching us live on hinduscriptures.com Facebook page. You will also get to see this video tomorrow on YouTube channel hinduscriptures.com. Today we have a guest who's going to talk about Kashmir Shaivism, one of my favorite topics, because when I was searching some information about various types of devotees of Shiva from north to south, I found Kashmir Shaivism really interesting. So वीरेंद्र जी बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका. नमस्ते. वीरेंद्र जी आप एज आई टोल्ड यू हमारा सेशन हम किसी भी प्रेयर से चालू करते हैं, तो प्लीज आज आप एक छोटी सी प्रेयर कर दीजिए बिफोर वी स्टार्ट आवर सेशन.
Namaskar. So this is the glory of Mata Tripur Sundari. Let's all surrender to her. Indra sev sharasanasya dadhati madhye lalatam prabham Shoklim kanti manushna gauriv shira Syatanvati sarvata Esha so tripura hridute bhushansho sada hastita Chindana sahasa pade citrabhirgam Jyotirmayi Vamayi.
Thank you so much, वीरेंद्र जी. आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. Before we start our session, I would like to read your introduction to our audience. Please give me a small chance. He is based in Delhi, a Kashmiri Pandit, preaching and practicing the traditional knowledge of Kashmir Shaivism. Since childhood, many sages and saints have graced him towards divine path. His first sadhana was Param Shaiv Yogini Laleshwari. Her vaks or sayings, which we call it as, convey the essence of Shaiva Agamas, Kashmir Shaivism. Kaziji worked on her oral teachings and spread the wisdom worldwide. Kashmir Shaivism is based on the ancient wisdom of Agamas, which is Tantras. It is a universal spirituality which opens the inner door to self-realization. Besides guiding us for harmonious material life, it takes us to the highest level of divine realization. काजी जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है. I'm very glad आज आप हमारे साथ हमारे ऑडियंस के लिए अपना टाइम निकाल के थोड़ा बहुत उनको मार्गदर्शन देंगे. So Kazi ji, please tell us something about your early lives. How did you start?
First of all, let me offer pranam to Lord Shiva, who resides in all of you as your inner divinity. Please remember, whether we are feeling high, low, happy or unhappy, divine light is fully manifested. Divine light is fully shining within you. Lord Shiva and Mata Parvati totally reside in you. To realize this, to recognize this, this is the essence of essence of Kashmir Shaivism. This is the essence of the teaching of Shaiva Agamas. Now, coming to my early life, I am a Kashmiri Pandit. My home had a great divine culture. Many sages and saints, normally all over India, they would come to Kashmir during summertime, go to Amarnath, go to various Tirthathans, Kir Bhavani, and invariably, because of my father's contact with them, they would invariably visit our home. And our home was really full of satsang. And it's a great thing. I have been brought up who was working in our home, he became a great mystic of Kashmir, a great saint. So those are the samaskaras. And no, first of all, Hemaji has in her chant brought Mata Tripura Sundari. First of all, my fascination was this tirtha in proper Srinagar on a hillock. It is a Swayambhu chakras of Mata Tripura Sundari. In fact, great sages and saints, they have got divine fulfillment in that Tirth Yatra. I used to, without fail, early morning, I will go there. And it's a great blessing and ashirwad I got from that Tirth. And now about my spiritual interest. First, what attracted me was 14th century Parmashaiva Yogini, Mata Laleshwari. She was a fascinating young woman who reached supreme heights of godhood by overcoming great hurdles. She was tortured. She was an ordinary village girl. There's a long story about her. I do mention about her story also. And she did, in spite of all the difficulties and torture by her stepmother-in-law, she engaged in the sadhana and her miracles became known. And her sayings are a great guidance. We call it Vak, Lal Vak, Lala's Vachnas, Lala's Vak. It was my big fascination. I used to read to my mother, my relatives, her sayings. I fell in love with those Vaks. Now, what I realized afterwards, her Vachnas, her Vaks, which were in Kashmiri, they conveyed a sense of a mystic knowledge called Kashmir Shaivism. This Kashmir Shaivism, which is based on agamas or tantras, voluminous granths, Lalla or the Laleshwari would convey this in common man's language. So common man's life is benefited by this great mystic knowledge. So this gave me a great inspiration. People said this is a mystic knowledge, essence of Tantra, great subtle wisdom. I said, why not it be known to the common people? Why not common people get benefited? What really attracted me was one of the essential principles of Shaiva Agamas or Kashmir Shaivism, that is divine grace. Divine grace is Anukampa, what we call Shaktipat. It is a descent of divine grace, independent of human effort. So message is, grace can come on anybody. Anybody can get transformed. He may be poor. He may be not a good person, what we think. Lord will bless, Lord Shiva will bless him also. So why to keep hide? Let us spread this divine nectar. We don't know whom Lord Shiva chooses, whom Lord Shiva gets transferred. So the basic passion was spread this knowledge in common man's language so that anybody can get transformed. It can really, in this very life, you will get a spiritual realization.
So were you working somewhere, or this was your full-time endeavors right from the beginning? What is your family life like?
Wonderful question. Wonderful. Because Shaiva Agamas, we believe in material world as well as spiritual world.
Right.
The best of the both worlds, material and spiritual world. I am grateful to Lord Shiva. I was in a remote place of India, called Kashmir, there would be snowfall cut off from rest of India, but I could crack the best exam, and I had a very good career in Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. And in that career, I could travel all over India. I had a great interaction with spiritual leaders, social leaders, business leaders, political leaders. My job also gave me an opportunity to expand my wisdom, meet different cultures. That was my thing.
That's really wonderful. So who you consider as your gurus? Like it was one person, one Mata aapne jo bataya, ya fir you learned something else also from others?
Basically, I had, that quoting Acharya Abhinav Gupta, I went everywhere to seek knowledge. I had no dearth of gurus, but I had two types of gurus. One who really blessed me, gave me spiritual energy, spiritual light, and one were my teaching gurus who taught me the wisdom. So a couple of gurus, both the sides, they I got spiritual blessings, spiritual techniques, subtle techniques, as well as profound spiritual wisdom of Shaiva Agamas.
Okay. So, Qazi ji, how do you define Kashmir Shaivism? Let's start from the beginning. Like, first you have to define us and tell us what is Kashmir Shaivism and how it is different.
What is Kashmir Shaivism? Now, the philosophy of Shaivism, there are different philosophies, different sects or whatever called. I have now, for the benefit of my readers, I have categorized Shaivism studies, Shaivite traditions of India into 4 categories. 2 are just localized. One is called Tamil Shaivism. We call it Shaiva Siddhanta. Very popular. It's also very ancient Shaivism. It is very popular in Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, other countries. In fact, there is a very famous saint of US, Shiva Subramaniam Swami of Kauai Monastery. He was following this path. Now, the Shaiva Siddhanta is also very close to Kashmir Shaivism, except that Shaiva Siddhanta is a dualistic philosophy, means Pashu and Parameshwar, and by his grace we can get transformed. Well, Kashmir Shaivism is strictly monistic philosophy. That means we are nothing absolutely part of Lord Shiva. We are all Lord Shiva. In fact, Dr. Karan Singh is very keen. He is also very close to me. He said, you must speak about Shaiva Siddhanta because people in North are not much aware of this knowledge.
Yeah, so what is Shaiva Siddhanta? Please give some ideas. There must be some theories, some rituals. So first, let's understand what is the theories and what is the mat. जैसे हम different school of thoughts जिसे कहते हैं, तो उनका मत क्या है?
Shaiva Siddhanta is based on the life and teachings of 42 9 Mars or 42 saints. In Tamil it's called 9 Mars. 42 saints. Their bhakti. If you remember, agar aapko pata hoga na, they're all mixed up in Shiv Puran everywhere. That Shikari paid par tha, you know, that bel patta gir gaya Shiv Ling par, and then he got transformed. One man in his distress. So it is full of inspiring stories. Then they have a proper philosophy, in fact, which is also close to Kashmir Shaivism, what is called descent from Shiva to Jiva. Shiv se Jeev kaise ban gaya? So Shiv creates first Spanda, Shakti. Shakti creates Maya, it becomes Purush, Prakriti, Man, Buddhi, Ahankar, Panch Mahabhutas. Though it's called 36 Tattvas, the descent of Shiva to Jiva. This is also in Kashmir Shaivism. Then it talks of how to go back to Shiva by sadhana, by realization. So it has its own philosophy. In fact, I do discuss, like we talk of malas, Ano Malam, Maya Malam, Karam Malam. We can have an elaborate discussion on everything. That is Shaiva Siddhanta.
So ये बाकी सब मत से different कैसे है?
Yeah, Shaiva Siddhanta is very close to, but I'm just analyzing it, close to Kashmir Shaivism, except 2 things are there. 2 differences hai. One, it is purely a dualistic religion. Where I say dualistic setup. That hum Pashu or Parameshwar. We are bonded souls. Pashu hum hai. And Parameshwar is the Lord Shiva. By his mercy, by his anukampa, he can get us transformed. That is number 1 thing. And number 2 about Shaiva Siddhanta is, it is inspired basically by teachings of 42 9 Mars, 42 saints, their philosophy, miraculous stories, their teachings. This is also very elaborate, this thing. Suppose Kashmir Shaivism is totally based on Agamas, revelation by Lord Shiva and Mata Parvati, discourse between Lord Shiva and Mata Parvati. So Kashmir Shaivism is totally based on what you call Agamas or Tantra, while Shaiva Siddhanta, these are all 2 fundamental differences. Now coming back to and I was talking 4 traditions, 4 broad categories of Shaivism. First, I was just discussing Shaiva Siddhanta or Tamil Shaivism. I was telling they are localized. As I said, start Tamil Nadu, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, other countries. Number 2 is very popular in Karnataka. What is called Lingite tradition. It's also called Veer Shaiva. It was King Baswanna who started this tradition. It was 600-700 years back. The idea was in the Shaiva rituals, people were exploited, poor people were exploited. He wanted to be as a reformist movement. He made it very simple. They say all you know, Baswa's 6 vachanas, 6 thoughts you must, pure life, pure action, वगैरह, 6 vachanas, and simplifying it. And then Lingodhar Diksha, and adopt a ling dharan karo. And then it is also very powerful community in Karnataka called Lingayat Education Society. I think our chief minister also, they are all Nijalingappa, they are all Lingaites. So these are all localized to Karnataka, but they are also very profound, this thing. And it also has a very close to resemblance with Kashmir Shaivism among the ritualistic side, the philosophical side, the Lingodhar Diksha is from Tantra Loka. It also gives this also closely related. Now we are discussing basically 4 type of Shaivism. Shaiva Siddhanta I discussed Baswana's, Veer Shaiva or Lingai. Now coming to the proper 2 things. Shaivism based on Vedanta, essence of Upanishads, which is Adi Guru Shankaracharya, Vedantic Shaivism. It is based on Vedanta. And second is Shaivism based on Agamas or Tantra, on revelation text. It is inspired by essence of Tantra, that is Kashmir Shaivism. Again, Vedantic Shaivism is inspired by Upanishads and Kashmir Shaivism is inspired by Tantra. Now, both have great resemblance. Brahman, ultimate reality, sadhana, everything is both say the same thing. So there are little fundamental differences. Fundamental differences is that Kashmir Shaivism is totality, comprehensive, everything is divine. Good is divine, that is divine, everything is divine, everything is creation of Lord Shiva. And Vedanta will say, Brahman Satyo Jagat Mithya, Jagat is Mithya, only Brahman is Jagat Mithya. हमसे जैसे माया is a bondage, माया ठगनी है, माया bind करती है हमको. But Kashmir Shaivism says, oh, Maya is Shivmayi. Maya is created by Lord Shiva himself. It is not, it's a Maya Shakti. And Jagat, Brahman Satya hai hi, but Jagat also is Satya. Jagat is also created by Lord Shiva. How it can be false? So essentially, Kashmir Shaivism is based on totality, I will call it. Everything is divine. And Vedanta is based on discrimination. Kashmir Shaivism is based on integration. Vedanta Shaivism is based on discrimination. Niti, not this, let me have pure thought. Kashmir Shaivism says everything divine. It is a bit of ignorance, you are things separate. You are nothing but one with Lord Shiva. Out of ignorance, you think you are different. Remove the ignorance and you will be realized.
Yeah, so it is very similar to Mayavadi philosophy where we think the Jeev and Paramatma gets merged at the end. Is it?
My dear, Jiva realizes that I am Paramatma.
That is Mayavadi philosophy, we call it as.
Yeah, Jiva realizes that I am Paramatma.
जी जी और मुझे ये बताइए कि
I wanted to add one point, coming back, because basically there are very lot of my friends who are basically totally with Krishna Bhakt.
जी.
They are also following Kashmir Shaivism.
कैसे?
The technology of Kashmir Shaivism. I think I talked to you earlier, discussed with you. There was a great Bhakt of Lord Krishna, Pandit Parmanand. They said, legend goes, he would go in trance and they say, on my one shoulder is Radha, one shoulder is Krishna. He's one of the beautiful kavitas, Radha Swayamvar. Radha Swayamvar. Where he says, Google is within me only. Google Haday Mera. Google hi Haday Mera hai. Google is within me only. Oh, dear, I see your play. मेरे अंदर ही तेरा play भी है. Chit and Vimarsh, light, consciousness and experience is before me, oh Lord Krishna. So everything is within us. This is Agam Bhakti. So this is basically Kashmir Shaivism tell you truth. It is give you a technique. It will give you a technique to realize the God. We say who is within you. Call him by any name. And
that is very true. So what are the rituals? I mean, we want to understand, जैसे कि हम लोग शिव भक्ति करते हैं तो generally सबको पता है कि शिव मंदिर में जाके वो दूध या बिलीपत्र या फिर बेल का वो जो फल है वो या फिर पानी या फिर ऐसा कुछ चढ़ा सकते हैं. तो कश्मीर शैविज्म में रिचुअलिस्टिक चीजें क्या है और आर दे सेम एज अदर्स और इट इज डिफरेंट?
Very good. What I do to make it everything very simple for a common people, I say what you should know about कि आपको क्या सीखना है, आपको कितना जरूर, because I don't want people to get lost in granthas, get lost in many philosophies and अपना दिमाग खराब करो. I want people to learn and adopt and become a better human being. So मैं क्या करता हूँ, what this much only you start learning, and this much you learn, this much you practice, this much you, I will come to that मंदिर में जाके बेल पता चढ़ाना, I will come to that also. Basically, so this is my way of teaching. ये आप सीखो और ये आप practice करो. Now coming back to practice, uske what I basically tell people to learn. Let me, because give a little broader view of this question. What आपको क्या सीखना है? Ultimate reality is Param Shiva. Lord Shiva is Param Shiva, Param Brahma, any name you can call by any name. And then Shiva becomes Jiva. Exactly just now, जैसे मैं अभी बात कर रहा था आपसे 36 तत्वास. Shiva of his own will, he wants to manifest in the material side. ऐसे, then he creates Shakti, Spanda. Shakti creates Ichha, Jnana, Kriya, then creates Maya. Maya gives you 5 coverings. Shiva, limitation, 5 limitations called Vidya, Kala, Kal, Raga, Niti, Vagara. And then with that one, Shiva becomes Purusha, limited being. Then Shakti becomes Prakriti, limited this thing. Then Buddhi, Ahankar, Man. And we end up in Panch Mahabhutas, 5 great tattvas. That is a journey from basically from subtle to gross. This is the one knowledge. Now, naturally, Jiva must go back to Shiva. Jiva must go back to Shiva. Jiva must go back to Shiva is beautifully described in Shiv Sutra, which was again revealed by Lord Shiva to sage Vasugupta. So Shiv Sutra is basically tells you how you go back to Shiva. So essence, the fundamental principle of Kashmiri Shaivism, I always say, is Shaktipat, Anugrah, descent of divine grace, which I said beginning also. Grace can come on anybody. Grace can come on there are many stories in Puranic. He was an ordinary person and Lord Shiva transformed him. Grace can come on anybody. Then what a person has to do? Person has to perform, act to be worthy of his grace. That's called the priyas. मनुष्य का प्रयास ग्रेस पाने के लिए जरूरी है. So Acharya Amnagupta also describes prayas in the 4 categories. When you have extreme grace, when you have extreme grace, less prayas is required. Then other things are called higher means, medium means, and lower means. Technically called Shambhopai, Shaktopai, and Anopai. This much knowledge I want you to just understand and then do the practice. So what we do practice, we must be conscious of subtle to gross. From gross we have to evolve to subtle. So there are, I will be, time permitting, I will allow to talk on those practices also. Now coming back to, you do your own practice. Puja, Path, Mandir mein jana. This is a ritual. This is a ritual. It is called a lower means. Iske aage hame jana hai. It is called Anvopai, the energy of action. Then we have to go to energy of knowledge. ये बहुत बड़ा इसमें है. That is the beauty of Kashmiri Shaivism. कहता पूजा करो, पाठ करो. Then बाहरमुखी से अंतर्मुखी हो जाओ. Then you go within yourself. Then you go within yourself. That is deep silence, automatic meditation. And उसमें क्या होता है? Prana energy goes inside, and your Madhya Nadi Vikasa, your middle channel opens. And when you go higher in sadhana, you will really become a changed person, calm person, and you realize you are Shiva and your life becomes blissful. Now, I'll not end here only. What I have done, I always tell my friends, look here, just don't bother about so much, only learn Shiva to Jiva and Jiva to Shiva. They're a little bit knowledge. So why Shiva to Jiva and Jiva to Shiva? So you will know what level you are here. My dear friend, you are doing puja, path, mandir जाते हो, आप किस level पर हो? Request is, please evolve, please go to higher level. So sadhana का मैंने क्या किया है? I have kept very systematic 3 steps of my sadhana. First is Shiv Samavesha, called charging with Shivahood. Second step is Shuddh Vikalp, pure thought construct. Then higher level is energy of prana. Because we totally guide our friends in the sadhana. Sadhana we guide. First thing is that you are nothing but Shiva. Sukh dukh vagare chhod do. Aap Shiva hi ho. Further, how you go about it? How they say the first requirement I say is humility, love, and compassion. Let it be your nature. It is very important because basically let my friends transform, change in this very life. Humility, love, and compassion should be your nature. We use stories. In fact, the great master told, I listened to his tape. He said his teacher was calling about his teacher, a very elderly person. He was a great sadhak, great teacher, leading a very simple life, maybe 70, 80 years back. They say once he was sleeping, a thief came to his house. A thief saw a lot of books. He was an old person, elderly couple. This thief saw many books. He was shuffling the books. He may get some money. Kuch paisa milega, kuch milega. And they said this great saint, his eyes opened. He saw the thief was working. He said, "Arey beta, aapki ungliyan bhi thak gayi, haath bhi thak gayi. Oh ho. बहुत दुख की बात है, आपको कुछ नहीं मिला, परेशान मत, मेरे जेब में कुछ 1 रुपया है, मैं दूंगा तेरे को." The thief fell at his feet. He said, "I got the God. I will become your slave for the rest of my life." So this is the power of compassion. These are all very important things to bring people on the right perspective. Sadhana. The second, I tell him, have faith in yourself because divine is within you. If you can't have faith in yourself, you won't have faith in others. 100% faith in yourself. Then I say, love yourself. Look at the mirror. Love yourself. You are a beautiful person. God has made you so nice because God is within you only. God's creation cannot be wrong. So be well dressed. Maintain yourself properly. Love yourself. Then third, I say, always be positive. What will happen tomorrow? Everything will be good. Say, next moment, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, what will happen? God will take care of it. It is a very simple thing. They say that negative energies roam around. Those who are weak-minded, they attack those who are negative energies, they attack those people only. So positive, God will do everything good for me. Even if there's a hurt bada hai, God will take care of that. There's a beautiful song, ek hai, Hum Murakh jo kaam bigade, Ramo kaj banaye re. Please remember this thing. Hum Murakh jo kaam, what we'll do, we'll only create a mess. But God will make it. Ramo kaj banaye re. God will make our things good. And these are all the essence of requirements. So then we have a Kriya. Kriya is again limited to Shuddh Vikalp. Means, basically we have a specific, simple, because we teach in our gatherings and get this thing, make them to practice simple Kriya. Focus on the breath, slow and long breaths. And because basically we address people with tension, they have problems. I said, raat ke baad to din bhi aayega na, forget about it now. I mean, good time is also coming. But by slow and long breaths. And I want to tell you these subtle techniques of meditation, Kriya in Kashmir Shaivism is based on Vijnana Bhairav. It is very popular term, Vijnana Bhairav meditation, Vijnana Bhairav Tantra. Lot of things, today worldwide is going on. Discussion about Vijnana Bhairav. These are the 112 techniques of subtle wisdom taught by Lord Shiva to Mata Parvati. So what do? We take people from the ordinary rituals, mandir mein bel patra chadana kar dijiye aap, and then go to the higher consciousness. We want people to evolve from lower to higher. In fact, this Shuddh Vikalp, I have a very good suggestion for my younger people. I say, agar aap morning mein uthiye, you wash your face, simple cleaning, not complicated. Then go out to sun, go out in the nature, close your eyes. We call it Pulanti Kriya, and just chant one time Om. These are all practical techniques that have helped a lot of people. Just chant Om with full vigor, with full smile and vigor. Close your eyes, chant only once Om. Let your ear watch the Om merging with the sky. It will take 2-3 minutes. This should really energize your brain. And secondly, then we say after that, then do namaskar to the Akash. Akash is the ether, Akash Tattva. See the rising sun, see the with open eyes, recite your mantra, maybe Jai Shri Krishna, Om Namah, whatever mantra you have got, and look at the fascinating sun coming from the Akash, beauty of the ether, higher consciousness. Spend 5 minutes with that, and I'll tell you, your entire day will be energetic. No negative feeling will be there. You'll be much more comfortable. And if one is a little depressed, you should do it twice also, evening also, same thing. But once a day, early morning, one must do it. These are all charging with the Shivahood. Shiv Samavesh. So you forget about worries, past. I even tell, oh, your condition is that, अरे आप तो ट्रेन में जा रहे हो, आप ट्रेन में जा रहे हो, पर लोहे का बक्सा अपने सिर पर रखे हो, अरे ट्रेन आपका बक्सा कैरी कर रही है. That means we are going to this world and we are thinking we are the doer. And Lord Shiva is the doer. Once we think we are the doer, we get temporary joy, temporary sadness. हम इसमें उलझे रहते हैं संसार में. Once we think Lord is the doer, we will always be happy. I tell my friends, remember, you are some of your father's friend, mother's relative, whom everybody used to respect, a great man, कोई रिश्तेदार होगा आपका. If he sees life, he would never be moved by sadness also. Never, he will have economy. Hari ichha, Prabhu theek kara. He will never be moved by joy also. He will never be moved by sadness. So this equity, this we must mention. This is a part of first chapter is Shiv Samavesha. My second chapter is Shuddh Vikalp. Because
ये चैप्टर आप जो बता रहे हैं वो this is how you teach or this is part of Kashmir Shaivism?
This is part of Kashmir. This is how I teach conveniently as a part of Kashmir Shaivism.
Okay, but मुझे ये भी पूछना था कि where do we find the theories of Kashmir Shaivism? कौन से ग्रंथ में कहाँ से मिलता है? किसी ने लिखा है इसके बारे में? या फिर who were the gurus who compiled the theories?
बहुत बढ़िया. I always tell my friends, once I teach them, I said, please don't read any book. Because there's a big problem for me. You know, anybody can write a book looking at the computer. You must only read from those people who have realized, those who have done sadhana. Otherwise, it won't take you anywhere. So basically, as I said, you must learn Parama Shiva, Shiva to Jiva, the basically fundamental chapters, many things we do. So I always recommend the great saint Swami Lakshmanju. There's a book called The Secret Supreme. I always provide, I'll give all the list of books, Secret Supreme, and then Shiv Sutras. These are all luckily available also. Then I also highly recommend Professor Baljeet Pandit. He was a great scholar. He was my main teacher. All the philosophy, theory of Kashmir Shaivism, I'm grateful to Dr. Baljeet Pandit. He was a great man. His books are there. There are other books also. And the same thing is there. Only read the books from that, those who have done the sadhana. I always recommend the books. And I will tell you for common people, I have a 15-page article, Human Upliftment Through Kashmir Shaivism. I will request beginner. In fact, those who come to me for class, I give them this material. Just read this 15-page, and they have sent this. They get some queries, they get some questions. I answer that, makes me happy also. So all books are available. Systematic books are available. In fact, Shiv Sutra, Vigyan Bhairav, I will recommend from only Swami Lakshmanju. And one of his disciples was Chaudhary Jaidev Singh. People would have heard of Pandit Gopinath Kaviraj. Pandit Gopinath Kaviraj, he was his student, and he deported him to Kashmir, Pandit Gopinath Kaviraj, that learned the original source, Kashmir Shaivism. So he was with Swami Lakshmanju. In fact, Swami Lakshmanju was giving him one specific day to teach because he was busy. He said, come on, this date be for you. And those books are also available by Motilal Banarsi Das. The books are same, Shiv Sutra, Vigyan Bhairav, Vidibhigya Hadiyam. So they're also useful books. Basically,
आप अपनी जो चैप्टर्स सिखा रहे थे, आपने पहला पॉइंट कहा, फिर आप सेकंड पॉइंट पे थे. मैंने आपको बीच में ये पूछ लिया.
कोई बात नहीं. सेकंड पॉइंट भी मैंने कंट्रोल ये नहीं किया, because this is a little bit, my friends should remember this. In fact, they have any question, they should ask how to, because I want basic people must practice the Kashmir Shaivism. How should systematically, to the point we should guide people. Second chapter is called Shuddh Vikalp. देखिए जो हमारा माइंड है ना, माइंड इज कॉल्ड, इट इज फुल ऑफ विकल्पास. व्हाट इज विकल्प? इज इमेजिनेशन. जो सच नहीं है उसका उसके बारे में सोचना. What is Japan to Germany, we just mind goes. Suppose pen is before me, I'll say, no, this could be this color, that. Vikalp, thought construct, imagination is the property of mind. So what we are doing it, we tell my friends, oh, mind ko aap aisa kar dijiye, for vikalp, make it Shuddh Vikalp. That will make it Nir Vikalp. So what happens? How do we teach this Shuddh Vikalp Kriya? Is whatever is dear to you, Jai Shri Krishna, Om Namah Shivaya, go on chanting it. Because engage, divert your mind attention to that. After you chant Om Namah Shivaya, then chant mentally Om Namah Shivaya. This is an exercise. Chant mentally, aankh band karke chant kar dijiye mentally Om Namah Shivaya. When your mind gets calmed, at the end, this is very important instruction. At the end, what you do? Focus on the junction, like Om Namah Shivaya, then you start next Om Namah Shivaya. Focus your attention on this between. Jai Shri Krishna, wait, Jai Shri Krishna. Focus on this gap. Put your all energy on this gap. I call it, you will get a period of Anand. So Jai Shri Krishna, now Ananda, then again Jai Shri Krishna. Om Namah Shivaya, gap, Ananda. This gap is Sandhi, we call it in Kashmir Shaivism, is very important. We call it junction point. It is the source of energy also. So once you fix, I will promise you, today itself you can start this prayer. Your mind will never be get diverted. Your mind will be always calm. This will create a calmness in your mind. That means focus on the junction point between the two, this thing, sadhanas, and mind will become Shuddh Vikalp. Shuddh Vikalp is the best way to reach Shuddh Vikalp, which will automatically become Nir Vikalp. So this is the second point. So should I go to third point as little?
जी. I understood. Otherwise, if I had a question, I would have asked you. लेकिन I understood ये बहुत easy क्रिया है और मैं चाहती हूँ कि हमारे audience इसको समझ के practice करें.
First kriya, Pulanti and Akasha, is common people. Of course, happiness, Akasha. Second is the Shuddh Vikalp kriya. Now third is the kriya which is unlimited. I call it, we explore energy of prana, prana shakti. Prana is breath. Here I directly, I take the help of Vijnana Bhairava. So then we do, after your mind is taken towards Lord Shiva, mind has become pure, mind has become Nir Vikalp. Now you are prepared, not otherwise. Shortcut nahi karna. Shortcut karne se kya hota hai na, you will not get into the samadhi, you will not get the benefit of the meditation. कहते मैं एक दो नहीं चाहिए, मुझे तीसरा ही चाहिए पहले. That people also tell me, no, why should we, this thing, discipline आप बता रहे, ये करो, वो करो, directly क्यों ना जाऊँ मैं, fruit खाऊँ मैं. उसमें क्या होता है, meditation में set नहीं हो जाए, because meditation has to be automatic. It must become your nature. In fact, Kashmir Shaivism says it's a 24-hour meditation. Everything is Shivahood only. Lord Shiva ka hi kaam hai. Now in the third energy of prana, I start with the first dharana of Vijnana Bhairava. For common people, generally I start with first dharana, then I go to fourth dharana, then I go to second dharana. So what is first dharana is that we go with our breath. Swas is urdhagami. It has a tendency to rise. When breath rises from the Hriday, region of Hriday, external nostrils, it goes out to outer space. Then from outer space, again it goes to nostrils. It goes, dissolves in the Hriday. So we call it Dwadasha, a distance of 12 fingers. Antrik Dwadasha, Bahir Dwadasha. So what this meditation technique says, Are, aap Devi ka kriya dekhti ho. The Devi is manifesting in you through your breath. So the mantra is, be with breath. Just watch the breath. Watch breath emanating, starting from the region of heart and going through nostrils and ending in the outer space. From outer space, again getting nostril and getting dissolved the region of heart. Breath is called Soham Hamswa Kriya. When you exhale, which is called prana, that is exhale kriya, that the mantra is so. And when we inward hum, inward kriya is hum, we call it jiva, because inward means pana, we take the vital life force. So hum hamsa mantra, you can mentally recite and watch the breath starting from here, Hriday, and going out, getting dissolved, getting this thing. This is the first dharana of Dhyan Bhairav. Then I shift to fourth dharana. Fourth dharana tells, once you exhale fully, before inhale, withhold the breath for a few seconds, which you can very conveniently do. Conveniently withhold the breath. That's called the find out the junction point. This will help you in finding out the junction point. Then when you take inside the breath, again withhold the breath for 2-3 seconds. Conveniently, that means at 2 points, at the region of heart, when breath ends in your heart, and then again starts when apana, and then prana begins, and outer space also when we call it prana ends and apana begins. When it ends, you withhold the breath so that you are conscious of the breath. You are conscious of the breath. You are conscious of the sandhi, the junction point. Junction point when breath stops and breath begins. So find out these 2 points deliberately. So in fact, we call it this first and the fourth dharana is called it lower dharana, Anvopai. This is a little difficult, maybe a longer session we can have.
Yeah. So because idea is that we understand how you teach the meditation to your disciples.
This is how it is.
Apart from this practice, I also want to understand.
Actually, I will just conclude it.
Okay, I thought you are concluded. Okay, please. Yeah.
This is first dharana, because I want to let listeners, they have any point, we are welcome. First dharana, fourth dharana. Then I come to second dharana. In second dharana, Dhyan Bhairav says, forget about watching, forget about going with the breath. They say, forget about all these things. Just only instruction is, you just sit calm, your neck should be straight. That's all you are required. And your mantra is within you only. Then slightly mentally be aware of these 2 sandhis. Just mentally be aware of sandhis, and slowly, this meditation will become automatic. It will become automatic. And this is a difficult dharana. This is when you are all pure. This is dharana for the pure souls. You have become pure soul by practicing all this. Now, when you automatically, this meditation comes, you will become things, breath becomes subtle automatically. And it is a point, depending on how much grace you have got, you will have a different experience. Prana goes to Sushmana. In fact, I could send you up a video of my Guru, Swami Lakshmanji. He will show you himself. He becomes like this thing. He's not breathing at all. You can see this thing practically. So this is, we practice the second dharana. Then we go for higher techniques and higher things. Now tell me, please.
Yeah, I want to understand that when you teach meditation and other practices, how you, do you have disciples, whether you have in your center, how do you teach? As in you go to somebody's place, or you have a center, where do you teach the practices and the meditation both?
Normally, we have this for beginner, how we connect to people. Say we are invited. We have a first general gathering. Maybe Friday evening we have a general gathering. Gathering has a, Hemaji plays a role. There are bhajans, any other bhajan also people may have local person. Bhajans. Then we have a discourse, in a detailed discourse. It's about 3 hours we take discourse. Then I conduct meditation. Same, highlighting the same Shuddh Vikalp, this, what you call it, Shiv Samavesh, Shuddh Vikalp, and energy of prana. But of course, and with the second dharana, then there's a prasad like that. But before that, there are serious students. We normally devote Saturday and Sunday for those serious students. Pre-lunch session, post-lunch session, pre-lunch.
So what do you teach them? Do you teach only meditation or any theories too?
Complete theory, also highlight some essence of theories. This 3 malas and 4 manifestation, a lot of things. Shiv, all tattvas, what is Shambhopai, what is this,
So
all
basically, we are trying to understand the Shiv Tattva through the theories.
through theory, yes. Because
Ji.
basically, it is a must. Anybody who's practicing without knowing, at least Shiv Tattva and Shiv Sutra, that's all stages. Shaktopa, Shambh. Otherwise, just we are hitting a ball without goal. We don't know what is the goal.
Right. और इसमें आपका सेंटर कहाँ पे है दिल्ली में?
Because basically, since of my job engagement also, I operate from a flat only.
Okay, okay.
Really. But I do go to Ishwar Ashram, Saritabad. There are 2-3 places for longer discourse. I go regularly to that was Swamiji's ashram. I go to that ashram also for teaching. But people.
Okay, so when somebody wants to become Kashmir Shaivism's student, the philosophy, so where do you start? How do you? Because I have, of course, I've written something about Kashmir Shaivism in my book as well, and I understand that in practices, little bit difference is there. But there are, in earlier times, it was extremely in practice in Kashmir itself, first of all, right? So how do you think any temple or center is left in Kashmir?
Luckily, there's only one center is there. One center is, have you gone to Kashmir? There's a beautiful Nishad garden. Near that, there's Ishwar Mandir. Swami Lakshmanji, the great Acharya. His ashram is there. Luckily, it is intact. And most of the maximum foreigners come there.
Okay.
But only...
And they learn about this philosophical path of Shaivism.
Not only philosophical, because unfortunately, there are very less practitioners. There are some...
Yes, I know. That's the reason I've invited you to talk about Kashmir Shaivism, because I know that not many practitioners are there, and I really want to encourage our viewers to understand the philosophy, the depth.
And because a lot of foreigners are working on, it.
Yeah, because it is very close to philosophical aspect of modern art and modern science.
Absolutely.
That is the reason, and it is about, of course, the merging material body with the spiritual body with the higher spiritual aspect, whatever you call it as. But then in the practice, one thing I want to understand, that when you concentrate on Shiv Tattva, so do you expect to go to that Shiv Lok, which is the way it is described? Because in our scriptures, we have different lokas defined, like Vaikunt is where if you follow the Krishna, then you go to Vaikunt. And if you believe in Shiva, then you go to Kailash Dham, which we call it as, and then Shiv Lok. So is it true, or does it work that way?
Should I tell you the truth and my experience?
Ji.
For everything is Vaikunt, Shiv Lok, everything is one for us, Kashmir Shaivism. It is totality, total unity. And this has to be realized. Many people, my students, some are, advanced students, they ask me questions that how we want to. I said, please, let us do meditation. I give some other techniques of meditation, not these techniques. These are for normal people. For higher people, I give techniques. They have their own experiences. I said, my dear, realize yourself. This is the process I will tell you. You progress in these techniques. And coming back further, let me expand your question. Because now let me see the other dimension of your question, because question is very important. Shivlok, Vaikuntha, they're the ultimate thing. We call it Shambhavapaya, and then that next higher is Anupaya. It may be through Krishna also. What is Shambhavapaya? When you go higher and higher in sadhana, when you have reached your destination, it's called thoughtless and desireless state. Thoughtless and desireless. That was all great masters of that. When you are reached the state, I'll tell you, even Einstein theory, E is equal to mc square, you write only when you are in the Shambhavapaya Kriya. The great granths, great masters granth, are only written when you are advanced in your Kriya, when you are in a Shambhavi state. There's a Shalok in Shiv Sutra, I say, what happens that? Ichha Shakti Uma Kumari. Ichha Shakti Uma Kumari. For such a yogi who has overcome the duality, who is thoughtless and desireless, his will itself, Ichha, uski Ichha hi Uma hai. His will itself is a virgin energy, Uma of the Lord Shiva. Whatever he says, happens. जो भी बड़े बड़े masters हैं, they have reached that stage. And beyond that, there is another stage called Anupa. That's a total matter. Pata nahi, you know, that like Trilanga Swami, great mystics. तो ये beautiful path है. बहुत ही.
नहीं, आपने बहुत अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लेन किया. My last question of the session is कि अगर किसी को इस चीज में बहुत डीपली रिसर्च करना हो तो वो कहाँ मिल सकता है?
But you can share my details.
शुरुआत करें.
Share my details. Systematically, he can do research. I wish people had time to research. Granth sab
Please share your details to our audience. How will
I
you-
know his time only. I think Granth sab बताता हूँ क्या करना, कैसे करना. But he on it.
जी, तो please tell us, give us your email to the audience, and also your if there is any contact number where they can contact you.
Friends may note down. I'm in Delhi based. You know that my number is 98-182-11796.
जी.
And email is POM, P for Pune, O for Orange, M for Mother, POMPOSH@gmail.com. POMPOSH, Pomposh. I wish people learn, and pure souls will do wonders. And I wish you must see through YouTube's today. All great sages are trying to promote Kashmir Shaivism. Shri Shri Ravi Shankar is doing Shiv Sutra and Vijnana Bhairav meditation. In fact, I have some interaction with him, but I have taken him to the Srinagar ashram also. He's also very fond of that. He installed Ganesh statue. He also says that is the highest philosophy. Shri will tell you that is a great philosophy.
It's wonderful because the idea is that people have to understand that, especially my audience, because we have audience in different countries. So maybe you can tell your students and followers that they will get to see this video on YouTube channel hinduscriptures.com tomorrow onwards, and on Facebook it remains there forever. But I want my audience to understand that we have many philosophical schools, and earlier times there used to be hundreds and thousands of students for each school studying all these aspects of Vedic scriptures. Today, we don't have many students for Kashmir Shaivism, but then I really want and urge those who have little bit of interest in understanding Shiv and Shiv Tattva in different format, then please get in touch with Virendra ji and find out how you can enhance your personality, your spiritual aspect, your essence within you. All these things are very important. You might be looking at my attire also, you can understand that, of course, I have a very normal, regular life and lifestyle. But apart from that, I give a lot of time and energy in understanding our scriptures, at the same time doing all this work which I've been doing. So I hope and I really wish that our audience will appreciate my efforts which I've been putting into all this kind of work which I'm doing for many years now. It's been a very long time. I don't even remember when I started and how it happened. So Virendra ji, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. आपने इतना समय निकाल के हमारे ऑडियंस को ये बताया कि कश्मीर शैविज्म क्या है, और वो एक इंडिपेंडेंट थियरी है शिव तत्व को जानने के लिए और कैसे हम उसको समझ सकते हैं. थैंक यू वीरेंद्र जी, थैंक यू सो मच. नमस्ते.
Pranam.
प्रणाम, नमस्ते.